Hello and welcome to this week's update from Working Teams. As you can see, another beautiful day in Melbourne. I'd like to continue this week with the theme of being the best version of yourself, and particularly honing in today on this whole area of authentic leadership. Because we know when we are seen as more authentic, we're seen as more approachable, more human and more trustworthy. So there's a lot to play for here as leaders. Now, what does it mean to be authentic? Well, to be authentic means to show all sides of yourself and to be seen as being open and not being seen as perfect or trying to be perfect. And one of the ways in which we can do this is through our stories, and particularly the story of what I call make your mess your message. And what I mean by that is sharing insights and learnings of where you've stuffed up, where you've got things wrong, but you've got insight from it and you've changed and you've really improved how you go forward. And just a quick story just to demonstrate really is one of my sort of messes that I've created around a message, which is around routine. I remember particularly going into the lockdown becoming quite anxious and quite uncertain around the future. Some of the fears and concerns I had were particularly around, would anybody ever remember me? Would anybody ever contact me again? And for those of you that know me, I need a lot of contact to in my day to keep me sort of really energized. So anyway, this was quite a difference for me, and I was conscious that I was becoming quite frenzied, quite chaotic, trying to do so much, but actually achieving nothing, and very, very unproductive really. And I thought, I can't continue like this, I just can't carry on. So I started reflecting on what I could do to address this, and I remembered that routine is a good way of bringing some structure into your day to get you more focused and then helping you to prioritize what's important. So what I developed for myself is really quite simple really, and please don't judge me. This is a really simple list of things that I had to get really well embedded into my day during the lockdown period to really get a good start to the day, from the time I got up to how I sort of did exercise, to some of the journaling activities that I did, to even changing the answer phone message on my phone, which I do every day, to making sure I keep my cold showers going. And it's things like that, and set myself a timeline of what are my priorities and when do I start those. Because I was just finding myself drifting and really not being really clear what I was trying to achieve. What's really interesting was when I started doing that, I immediately felt better and became more productive. And for me, it was really important then to take that forward and share that. And I've shared that with a few of my colleagues and clients already. So there's a lot to play for here. Make your mess your message. And I'd encourage you to reflect on what have you learned about yourself during this period. What was a mess, and what have you turned into an insight and a learning, and what are you still working on? And I guarantee you, when you start sharing some of this insight with your team will get inspiration and will see you as more approachable, more human and more empathetic. And that will make you far more effective as a leader. I think that's it for this week. Please have a great week and look forward to speaking next week. Bye for now.